Jogeswar Singha was installed as the king of Ahom kingdom in 1821 CE by the Burmese. He was more or less a puppet in the hands of the Burmese, who held the real power of administration. His reign witnessed Burmese atrocities on the people of Assam and the attempts made by Chandrakanta Singha and Purandar Singha to expel Burmese invaders. Historians dispute regarding the date of his deposition from the throne, as some historians claimed that he was deposed by his Burmese masters, after they secured complete victory over the forces of Chandrakanta Singha in 1822 CE, while some sources claimed that he remained as a puppet ruler till termination of Burmese rule in Assam by British East India Company in 1825 CE, during First Anglo-Burmese War. Ancestry and Family. Jogeswar Singha was the eldest son of Bagakonwar Tipam Raja, who was a descendant of Jumba Gohain Charing Raja, the younger brother of Swargadeo Gadadhar Singha. Bagakonwar was holding the rank of Tipam Raja. Apart from Jogeswar, Bagakonwar had three daughters, Taravati Adeo, Sarapahi Adeo and Himaradeo, and three sons, Mantin Charing Raja, Bihuram alias Biswanath Tipam Raja and Aniram Gohain. Events leading to his accession. Internal turmoil and First Burmese invasion. In 1815 CE, Purandar Gohain, the Prime Minister of Ahom Kingdom, sent a deputation to arrest Bidar Chandra Borfukin, the Ahom Viceroy at Guwahati, who was charged for atrocities committed on the people of Lower Assam, but, being warned in time by his daughter, Piju Gabru, who had married one of the Premier's sons, he escaped to Bengal. He proceeded to Calcutta and, alleging that Purandar Gohain was subverting the Ahom government and ruining the country, endeavoured to persuade the Governor-General Lord Hastings to dispatch an expedition against Purandar Gohain. Lord Hastings, however, refused to interfere in any way. Meanwhile, Bidar Chandra had stuck up a friendship with the Calcutta agent of the Burmese government, and he went with this man to the court of Amarapura, where he was accorded an interview with the Burmese king, Bodorpaya. He repeated his misrepresentations regarding the conduct of Purandar Gohain, alleging that he had usurped the king's authority, and that owing to his misgovernment the lives of all, both high and low, were in danger. At last he obtained a promise of help. Towards the end of the year 1816, an army of about 8,000 men under the command of General Mahaminda Minkong was dispatched from Burma with Bidar Chandra Borfukin. It was joined en route by the chiefs of Mungkong, Hakong and Manipur, and by the time Namrap was reached, its number had swollen to about 16,000. Purandar Gohain sent an army to oppose the invaders. A battle was fought at Galadari in which the Assamese army was routed. At this juncture Purandar Gohain died. Some say committed suicide by swallowing diamonds, leaving the entire Ahom government leaderless. His eldest son, Rushnath, was appointed as Gohain. The Ahom War Council decided to continue the war, and a fresh army was hastily equipped and sent to resist the Burmese. Like the former one, it was utterly defeated near Kathalbari east of Dying. The Burmese continued their advance, pillaging and burning the villages along the line of march. Rushnath Gohain endeavoured in vain to induce the reigning Ahom monarch Chandrakanta Singha to retreat to western Assam, and then, perceiving that the latter intended to sacrifice him in order to conciliate Bidar Chandra and his Burmese allies, fled westwards to Guwahati. The Burmese occupied the capital Jorhat, and Bidar Chandra triumphantly entered the capital, interviewed Chandrakanta Singha and offered to run the affairs of the state as his capacity as Mantripukan, a prime minister. The young king, Chandrakanta, had no alternative but to acquiesce in Bidar Bidar Chandra's proposal. Bidar Chandra now became all-powerful, and he used his Burmese allies to plunder and slay all the relations and adherents of Purandar Burgohain. Marriage of Himaradeo with Bodorpaya. Meanwhile, Chandrakanta Singha and Bidar Chandra made treaty with the Burmese general. The Burmese general demanded an Ahom princess in marriage for the Burmese monarch, along with other presents. The youngest daughter of Bagakonwartipam Raja, Jogeswar's sister, Himaradeo, was selected to become consort of Burmese King Bodorpaya. The Burmese army returned to the country, taking with them Himaradeo and other gifts offered to Burmese King Bodorpaya. In April 1817 CE, Bihuram alias Bishwanath Raja, one of the brothers of Jogeswar, also accompanied his sister to Burma. Political instability and second Burmese invasion. After some time, political scenario in Ahom kingdom changed drastically. Bidar Chandra Borfukan was assassinated by his political rivals. Seizing this opportunity, Rushnath Burgohain, son of late Purandar Burgohain, the Prime Minister of Ahom Kingdom, deposed Chandrakanta Singha and installed Purandar Singha, son of Brajanath Gohain, who was the great-grandson of Ahom King Swargadeo Jogeswar Singha, on the throne. In February 1818 CE, Chandrakanta Singha was mutilated on his right ear in order to make him ineligible for the throne, and was exiled. Meanwhile, the friends of Bidar Chandra Borfukan went to the court of Burmese monarch Bodorpaya and appealed for help. Bodorpaya, owing to his marriage to Himaradeo, had an alliance with Chandrakanta Singha, immediately dispatched a fresh army of 30,000 men under a general named Alungmingi, also known as Gyurmingi Borgohain. The Burmese defeated the forces of Purandar Singha and Rushnath Burgohain and entered the capital Jorhat triumphantly. In February 1819 CE, the Burmese reinstalled Chandrakanta Singha on the throne, and after some time, bulk of the forces returned to Burma. Chandrakanta quarreled with Burmese and Third Burmese invasion. Bodorpaya died in 1819 CE, succeeded by his grandson Bagayador as the new king of Burma. Meanwhile, Chandrakanta Singha tried to free himself from Burmese influence, started to strengthen his army and constructed fortifications in Jaipur, in order to check further invasions by Burmese in Assam. Chandrakanta's efforts to rehabilitate himself and to free himself from Burmese influence reached the ears of Bagayador. A fresh army was dispatched under Minji Mahatilawar Badu on the pretext of handling over some presents to Chandrakanta Singha. The Burmese force approached the borders of Assam in March 1821, but Chandrakanta Singha got scent of the real intentions of the Burmese, and fled to Guwahati. The Burmese commander Minji Mahatilawar Badu invited Chandrakanta Singha to return to the capital Jorhat, but Chandrakanta refused to believe the Burmese and declined their invitation. In revenge for his mistrust, the Burmese put a great number of his followers to death. In retaliation, Chandrakanta Singha took his revenge by punishing the Burmese officers who were sent to invite him back. The breach now became final, and both sides decided to take each other head-on. Receiving intelligence of Chandrakanta's military preparation against Burmese in Guwahati, the Burmese general Minji Mahatilawar Badu marched against him. In September 1821 CE, alarmed by the huge size of Burmese army, Chandrakanta retreated from Guwahati to British-ruled Bengal. Accession to the throne. The Burmese assumed full authority over Ahom kingdom, and news of Burmese triumphs in Assam was duly transmitted to Amarapura. Bagayador issued order to General Minji Mahatilawar Badu in Assam to place on the throne Jogeswar, the eldest brother of Himaradeo. his Assamese consort inherited from his grandfather Bodorpa along with the succession. Thus, on November 1821, Burmese General Minjimar Hatilawar Bardu appointed Jogeswar as the king of the Ahom kingdom in Assam, and was proclaimed Jogeswar Singha. The appointment of Jogeswar Singha was done with double purpose. It would enhance the prestige of the Assamese Queen Himaradeo Himamepa in the court of Burmese monarch, and would also placate the Assamese subjects who would naturally appreciate a native ruler being set up in the country. In reality, Jogeswar Singha had no vestige of any sovereign power, and the Burmese general was all in Assam. Reign. Attempts by Chandrakanta Singha and Purandar Singha to dislodge Burmese invaders towards the end of the 1821 AD. Chandrakanta Singha collected a force of about 2,000 men, consisting of Sikhs and Hindustanis from British-ruled Bengal, and rallied his men in the Gulpara district. The Burmese troops and the followers were so numerous that it was found impossible to provide them with supplies in any one place. They were, therefore, distributed about the country in a number of small detachments. Chandrakanta Singha, seeing his opportunity, returned to the attack and, after inflicting several defeats on the Burmese, recaptured Guwahati in January 1822 CE. At the same time, the Burmese forces on the north bank of the Brahmaputra were harassed by repeated incursions on the part of Purandar Singha's troops, which had rallied in Bhutan. The Assamese villages, especially on the north bank of Brahmaputra, waged guerrilla warfare against the occupying Burmese troops after obtaining help from the tribes of Akas and Dafalas, completely diminishing Burmese authority from the north bank of Brahmaputra. The Burmese commander Minjimar Hatilawar Bardu sent a long letter to the British Governor-General at Calcutta, protesting against the facilities which had been accorded to the Ahom princes and demanded their extradition, but the British authority gave no reply. Arrival of Minjimar Bandula and Battle of Margar. Meanwhile, news of Burmese reverses in Assam reached Burma. The Burmese monarch Bagayador sent his finest general Minjimar Bandula to reclaim Assam with reinforcements of 20,000 soldiers. Undaunted by enemy strength, Chandrakanta Singha marched upwards into Upper Assam with approximately 2,000 men consisting of Sikhs and Hindustani mercenaries and some local Assamese people recruited around Guwahati. He pitched his camp in Margar. On the 19th of April 1822 AD, the 20,000 Burmese led by Minjimar Bandula and the 2,000 mixed Assamese Hindustani forces led by Chandrakanta Singha fought the decisive battle of Margar. Chandrakanta Singha is said to have displayed unusual vigor and courage by himself present in the thick of battle, personally leading his soldiers, and engaged in hand-to-hand combat with enemy soldiers. For some time his troops held their own, but in the end their ammunition gave out and they were defeated with a loss of 1,500 men. The Burmese won the battle due to the numerical superiority but sustained losses more than that of Chandrakanta's forces. Chandrakanta Singha and his remaining forces managed to escape back to Guwahati as the Burmese, like Chandrakanta Singha's forces, ran out of ammunitions and a lot of them were injured or dead after the battle. Minjimar Bandula sent Burmese commander Minjimar Hatilawar Bardu in pursuit of Chandrakanta Singha. Unable to resist the Burmese with his small force, Chandrakanta Singha fell back to Hadira Choki, where he made preparation to resist the Burmese with his mixed levies consisting of Sikh, Hindustanis and Assamese soldiers. On the 21st of June 1822, Chandrakanta Chandrakanta Singha made his final stand against Mahatilawar Bardu and his Burmese forces in the Battle of Hadirachoke. In the battle, Chandrakanta Singha was defeated and he narrowly escaped to British-ruled Golpara district. Meanwhile, after receiving the news of Chandrakanta's defeat and threatened by growing Burmese power, Purandar Singha and his forces also retreated from Assam. The victorious Burmese assumed themselves as the undisputed masters of Brahmaputra Valley. The Burmese commander sent an insolent message to the British officer commanding at Golpara, warning him that, if protections were afforded to Chandrakanta Singha, a Burmese army of 18,000 men, commanded by 40 Rajas, would invade the British territories and arrest him wherever he might be found. The British answered this threat by the dispatch to the frontier of additional troops from Dhaka, and by the intimation that any advance on the part of Burmese would be at their own peril. Atrocities of Burmese. After the defeat of Chandrakanta Singha, Mingi Mahabandula and his forces returned to Burma, leaving Mahatilawar Bardu in charge of the administration of Assam. Meanwhile, the Burmese troops crushed all the remaining resistances of Assamese and reassert the lost authority over Brahmaputra Valley. Finding no opposition from anyone, the Burmese army committed numerous acts of atrocities on common Assamese people. They robbed everyone who had anything worth taking. They burned down villages, plundered the temples, violated the chastity of women, and put large numbers of innocent persons to death. In revenge for the opposition offered to their army, the Burmese slaughtered a vast number of men, women and children. Many Assamese people fled to the hills and to Jaintia, Kasha and British-ruled Bengal, and sought refuge among neighbouring hill tribes. Chandrakanta Singha imprisoned. Meanwhile, the Burmese tried to revive diplomatic relationship with Chandrakanta Singha. They sent messages that they never meant to injure him, and had only set up Jogeswar Singha as king because he refused to obey the summons to return. Chandrakanta Singha, frustrated by his failure to recruit troops from Golpara and Bengal, finally accepted the Burmese proposal of reinstalling him to the throne and surrendered to the Burmese in Hadirachoke. He was taken to Jorhat, where he was seized and placed in confinement at Rangpur. Burmese efforts to set up proper administration. Meanwhile, Mingi Mahabandula reached Tamarapura and conveyed all details about Assam to Burmese monarch Bagayador. He complained Bagayador about the atrocities committed by Burmese army under Mingi Mahatilawar Bardu on Assamese people and lack of proper administration there. Bagayador recalled Mingi Mahatilawar Bardu and appointed Mingi Mahakyardengmogatun as the governor of Assam. Mingi Mahakyardengmogatun soon brought a marked improvement in the treatment of the local Assamese people by Burmese authorities. Rapine and pillage were put to stop, and no punishment was inflicted without cause. Following the Ahom system of government, officers were again appointed to govern the country. A settled administration was established, and regular taxation took the place of unlimited extortion. Deposed. After appointment of Mingi Mahakyardengmogatun as the governor in 1822 CE, the Burmese took direct control over the administrations of Assam. Some historians stated that during this time, the Burmese deposed Jogeswar Singha and kept him in confinement at Jorhat. Some historians like S.L. Barua states that the Burmese deposed Jogeswar and declared Mingi Mahatilawar as the Raja king of Assam, while some historians like Suryakumar Bhuyan and Haitzwar Barua stated that Jogeswar Singha remained as titular king of Ahom kingdom till Burmese expulsion by British in 1825 CE. Anglo-Burmese War and British occupation of Assam. In 1824 AD, the First Anglo-Burmese War broke out. the Burmese was utterly defeated and were expelled from Assam, Kashmir and Manipur. In February 1825 CE, Burmese army in Assam was completely defeated. The British surrounded Rangpur, the last stronghold of Burmese in Upper Assam. The Burmese commanders sent one Buddhist priest named Damodar Brahmachari, a native of Ceylon, brought up in Ava, to negotiate the terms for the surrender of Rangpur. In exchange, the Burmese commander requested British Commander Colonel Richards to allow them to withdraw from Assam unmolested. The British commander Colonel Richards agreed to this proposal in order to avoid further bloodshed, allowing Burmese army to return to Burma. At that time Jogeswar Singha was residing in Jorhat, while Chandrakanta Singha was at Rangpur. The British commander, fearing tension due to the presence of these two former kings, exiled Jogeswar Singha to Jogyapa in present-day Bongaigaon district, while Chandrakanta Singha was sent to Guwahati. Meanwhile, the Burmese suffered defeat in other fronts of the war. The Burmese monarch Bagayadur sued for peace and the Treaty of Yandabo was signed by both parties on the 26th of February 1826. According to the terms and conditions of the treaty, the Burmese monarch renounced all claims over Assam and British became the masters of the Brahmaputra Valley. Death and legacy. Jogeswar Singha along with his family arrived Jogyapa under British escort. Shortly after his arrival, he fell ill and died, in 1825 CE, being a puppet in the hands of the Burmese. Jogeswar Singha was unable to exercise any authority during his reign. People used to refer him as Mani Potaraja, means king installed by Burmese. His reign was marked by the atrocities committed by Burmese on Assamese, and the people recalled those days with terror as Mana Din, literally the days of Burmese. Family and descendants. Jogeswar Singha left a son named Damrodar Singha Yuvraj, and a daughter named Padmavati. Local inhabitants used to call Damrodar Singha Yuvraj as Bolia Raja of the Mad King. The British government granted him pension of mere 50 rupees per month. Later British government appointed Damrodar's son Krishnaram Singha Yuvraj as Muzada in Moriani, located in Chaipau, in Jorhat district. Because of this appointment, Krishnaram Singha Yuvraj was known among the local inhabitants as Raja Muzada. The descendants of Krishnaram continued to live in Holongpa. Jogeswar Singha's brother Bihiram alias Biswanath, who accompanied his sister Himaradeo to Burma, became the governor of Mograng and ultimately a chief minister of the Burmese monarch. His youngest brother Daniram also sought refuge in Burma together with his mother. Biswanath and Daniram were known as Tabang Archer and Malamin in Burmese records. Biswanath Tabang Archer had 5 sons, Mong Gyi, Mong Mitha, Mong Lat, Mong Gale and Mong Sun, all of whom rose to prominence and power. Of his 3 daughters, Medalyo Mapaya became the consort of Burmese King Mindon Min. Malamin alias Daniram ordinarily resided at the capital with his mother and sister Hema Adeo. Jogeswar Singha's sisters Taravati Adeo and Saripahi Adeo was granted a pension of 120 rupees per year from 1850 CE and 1852 CE.